Hi folks, I have got my hands on the Redmi Note 10, the latest low-end smartphone from Redmi, and in this video I am going to unbox this phone. But before that, I would like to tell you that this is not a sponsored video. I have bought this phone on my own, and in this video I am going to give you my honest opinion and feedback about this smartphone. And before we go ahead, it would be massively appreciated if you guys can hit that subscribe button, press the bell icon, and also if you find this video good enough at some point, do hit the like button as well. Alright, so here's the box of the phone. I've got it in the lake green color. It's priced for different regions and its color options will be on your screen. Just some Redmi branding and the phone's info at the bottom, including its 4 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of its internal storage. Let's get into the box now. Okay, so here's the phone lying at the top. I can see some changes in the box. The sleeve box has moved underneath now. Anyways, I'll turn this phone up, and in the meanwhile, we'll check other contents of the box. Here in this sleeve we have the SIM eject tool and then some documentation. The trash can is waiting for this. And here the TPU case, not so premium and not so bad either. Underneath we have a 33 watt fast charger. This is a good addition. I remember Redmi gave us an 18 watt charger with the Redmi Note 9. And lastly, here's a USB Type-C cable for this phone. Let's check the phone now. The phone's top sticker talks about some of its main specifications, including its 48 megapixels main camera, Snapdragon 678, 5000 mAh battery, and its Super AMOLED 6.43 inches display. Let me take this sticker off now. This phone feels really good in the hands. Right after getting my hands on it, I realized that it weighs considerably less than the Redmi Note 9. It weighs at 178 grams as compared to 200 grams of Redmi Note 9. It is slimmer, it is lighter, more premium. Kudos to Xiaomi for that. The phone has its IR blaster, secondary speaker and mic at the top, USB-C port, primary speaker and mic at the bottom, power button cum fingerprint scanner and the volume rocker on the right side, and the SIM tray on the left. Let's check the SIM slot as well. Here we have a space for 2 SIM cards and a micro SD card. I'll quickly set this phone up and get back to you guys in a minute. The phone is now all set. Its fingerprint scanner is quite fast, just as expected since it is an optical reader. On the front we are getting this 6.4 inches Super AMOLED panel with a tiny punch hole in the middle. The screen is very much premium as compared to this phone's predecessor. It has maximum brightness of 1100 nits. I remember the Redmi Note 9's display, the IPS LCD display with 400 nits of brightness wasn't even visible in even slightly bright conditions. The screen has a good touch responsiveness too. The bezels are notable, but that's okay for a phone of this kind. It produces vibrant colors. Super AMOLED screens have a class of their own. The phone produces optimal sound output with the help of those stereo speakers, so watching YouTube videos on this phone is going to be real fun. On the software end, we are getting the MIUI 12 based on the Android 11 on this phone. And here's what I have noticed. The phone is slow. It does everything slow. It opens the application slow. It scrolls slower. It just does everything way too slow. Don't know if that Snapdragon 678 is the culprit or what. And by the way, Snapdragon 678 posts a score of 228K on the Antutu application, which is also much higher as compared to the Antutu score of the Redmi Note 9. As I mentioned, we are getting a 4 gigs RAM variant with 128 gigs of internal storage. Its card slot supports up to 512 gigs. The battery in this one is 5000 mAh and that's gonna last really long knowing that this phone has a Super AMOLED panel. It's a splash-proof smartphone. Okay, as far as its cameras are concerned, first of all, the camera protrusion has decreased. It's not bulging out like the last year's Redmi Note 9 series cameras. There are 4 rear cameras, with the main one being a 48 megapixels shooter, an 8 megapixels ultra-wide, 2 megapixels depth and 2 megapixels macro camera. Front's got a 13 megapixels shooter. Camera app is powerful enough. It's got a portrait mode, night mode, slow-mo, video mode shows 1080p at 60 fps and 4K at 30 fps too. No optical or electronic image stabilization is going to be on this phone, and by the way, the Pro mode on this one has the video Pro mode as well. I took a few photos for this unboxing video, and for now I am going to attach those photos here. However, at this moment I am also working on a full camera review of this phone, which will be out on my channel by tomorrow, so make sure you have hit the subscribe button for that. Okay folks, that's all with the unboxing and first impressions of the Redmi Note 10. And to sum up my opinion in a way that you guys find it really easy to understand, I am going to tell you what I liked about this phone and what I did not. First of all, a huge kudos to Xiaomi for reducing the weight of this phone enormously. This is a lighter premium and this is a much better phone with a much better form factor as compared to its predecessor, the Redmi Note 9. And then in this price segment, Xiaomi has done a great job by introducing a Super AMOLED panel, which will actually drive the smartphone industry in a new direction. This phone may not be very good, but it's definitely good for the competition because other phone makers will follow in the footsteps of Xiaomi now and make their smartphones better. The dual stereo speakers on this phone do a really good job, and about the camera, as I said earlier, we'll know that in the full camera review of this phone, which is coming out in a couple of days on the channel. Anyways, what I don't like about this smartphone is its software. It's just super slow, and this is a brand new phone. I don't want to pass my final conclusion on its software, but I would suggest you to wait for my final review of this phone, and until then I'll suggest that you guys hold on from purchasing this phone, because when I do the final review, I'll have this phone tested for about 7 or 10 days, and on that day I'll be able to give you my clear conclusion about the software of this phone, which is super slow right now, which might not be fixed, because I don't believe that the lag in the software of this phone will be fixed in a software update. And even if Xiaomi does a software update promised right now, we are not going to get any timeline for the update to come out. And that's pretty much it from my side. Let me know about your thoughts about this phone and its features in the comment section down below. Drop your feedback about this particular video in the comment section down below as well. Hit the like button if you found this video good enough, and subscribe if you loved this video. With that said, I will sign off and see you all in the next one.